In the next set of questions, you're going to be working with this graph. This graph shows the high and low temperatures in Nome, Alaska, over a period of 8 days. The axis labeled T, right here, describes temperature, and the axis labeled D, right here, describes the days. So for example, this is day 1, and we can see a temperature of 28 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, notice that for each day, there are 2 dots. The red dot represents the high temperature, or the warmest temperature that was recorded on that day, whereas the blue dot represents the coldest temperature that was recorded on that day. Think about how in the morning, it's usually much colder than it is in the middle of the day or the afternoon. That's what these temperatures represent. What was the coldest it was that day, and what was the warmest that it was that day. So, for example, if we zoom in on day 4, we can see that the warmest temperature was 11 degrees Fahrenheit, and the coldest temperature was 3 degrees Fahrenheit. This will also allow us to find the difference between the low and the high temperature. For example, on day 4, you can see that the high temperature was 11 and the low temperature was 3, which means the difference between the high and the low was 8 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's just the distance here between the high and the low, 8 degrees Fahrenheit. And all these numbers should be labeled degrees Fahrenheit.